I am feeling so fortunate that I am sharing my views on this very interesting topic, that is student-teacher relationship and how it will help you to raise the success of the child during that complete journey of education. So teachers, I'm your resource person of the day. I'm ECCE certified trainer, MI certified educator too, and a global ambassador with All India Educators Forum. So this presentation is on the topic student-teacher companionship for learning success. And the topics which we shall be covering are in slide number 2. Yes, the topics which we will explore today are positive communication, ethics of care in education, characteristics of healthy student-teacher relationship, benefits of good student-teacher relationship, student motivation, of course, language sensitivity in the classroom, and last but not the least, TPS and BG sessions, that is think, pair and share, and base group sessions. So all these topics you will explore today in this complete 1 hour of journey. Let's move ahead with the next slide. So this complete program, the program which we are doing right now, is on the basis of a case study. The webinars which I give to the teachers or the learnings which I share with the teachers, that is on the basis of the case study. So it is a small case study on the students which are in early years basically, and how they, get the success, how they reach the success and do very fruitful learning by student teacher good companionship and collaboration. So it is a complete case study which I shall be sharing, and it is the complete outcome is on the basis of this case study only. Next slide, please. A beautiful picture where I can see students, children are sitting with the teacher, and you can see the body language of the students and the teacher too. So when we talk about the body language, of course, it is very important for us as educators to communicate with the children in a very positive manner. There are different parameters which shows how we can communicate with the children. And the very first parameter is your body language. When you enter into the classroom, when you meet children, when you communicate with the children, and when you do activities with the children, how you are sitting with the children, how you are talking with the children, it is very important because children notice each and every gestures of yours. So when we are dealing with young minds, we need to take care of the body language. That is the very primemost pillar of companionship of student and teacher. Next slide, please. Here the teacher is playing a very vital role because the body language of the teacher and the way teacher is speaking to the child is actually building the confidence in the child. So when we talk about the confidence, it is the teacher who is actually raising the confidence of the child in the classroom, keeping different parameters in mind. So here the child is comfortable with the teacher and the confidence is automatically raised because we are taking care of those very initial points which are actually the building blocks for healthy student-teacher relationship. Next slide, please. Yes, of course, soft skills. When I am talking to a child in the classroom, either it is in early years or in higher grades, doesn't matter. But what matters is how I am talking with the children, because my words are putting impact on the brain of the child. So always take care of the soft skills, the way we are dealing with the children, because actually we are building new citizens of our country. So we should watch our words, how we are talking with the children in the classroom. Next slide, please. Yes, of course, my helping approach is one of the pillars which I believe can raise the confidence of my child in the classroom. If my approach is very helping, if my approach is very soothing for the child, then the child will definitely raise his or her confidence. My body language, my soft skills, these all are actually going hand in hand to make my child better in the classroom, learn effectively in the classroom, and raises the confidence of the child too. Next, please. So that was all about the warm-up related to the topic. Now I'm coming towards the model. So each and every study is having certain model. So here I'm sharing a student-centric model in front of you where the student is in the center. I always believe that every time student-centric models won't work, but still we are dealing with children, so somewhere we need to take care of student-centeredness. So here my child is in the center with whom I am dealing in the classroom and is surrounded by a number of attributes. One of them is personalization. Definitely there are different children in our classroom who are having different temperament and way of learning and the way they gather the learning. So on the basis of that, I need to categorize the children, and there are still few children who need personalized learning. So yes, personalization is an element which is present in the classroom and which is very important for the student learning success. Student directed learning. There are few children who need directions. There are few children who won't take initiative by themselves. For them, yes, definitely we have to give them direction. So yes, student directed learning is there. Success criteria, anytime, anywhere learning. So these two go hand in hand actually, because we are the one who are giving to the children and the children are one who are taking from us in the way they are actually comfortable in. In classroom, we have 2 to 3 methods of learning because we have different learners in the classroom. As per the WAC model, we particularly go for visual, auditory and kinesthetic learning. But still apart from that, there are few other learners who need personalized learning. So in this model, particularly, I want to say that student is in the center and we educators are actually surrounding or revolving the student in a way that we have to help that child in a definite possible manner. We are the educators who need the collaboration of family and peer group too. That is why in this model, you can see educators at one end, you can see family also, and you can see the peer learning as well. So peer learning is something which really works so well if the teachers or the educators who have joined this webinar are doing this in your classroom. I tell you, I really want to ensure you that peer learning is one of the best method if you are doing in the classroom for student success. If you are making a little bit slow learner engaged with the learner who is exceeding. The word exceeding, approaching and meeting is a good one. So if you are actually making the sitting plan of exceeding and approaching or meeting children together, you will definitely see the good results. So yes, peer learning, family collaboration is actually important for an educator, that is we, for the fruitful success of the child. So always share positive feedback with the parent along with the true feedback of the child in the classroom. It is not important that in PTMs we only share a positive or a very overwhelming feedback with the family. No, we need help of the family too for the success of the child. So we should share true feedback with the family or parents so that they can also help the child to raise their confidence and success. Next slide, please. Very interesting. When we are talking about the success, we are definitely talking about communication as well. So here, positive teacher interpersonal communication. Very important. Whatever I am saying in the classroom, children are grasping that. So I must see my communication in the classroom. Number of attributes are displayed on the screen. Let's start it from learning. Learning, then interest. If I'm giving a learning in the classroom and the child is having clarity, on the basis of that the child will show interest. And when the child is showing interest, then he or she will show willingness to communicate. If the child is communicating, definitely the child will give attendance in the classroom because the child is getting chance to talk. And if the attendance is there in the classroom, then I can see the child is coming to the classroom daily and the child is contributing in the classroom daily, showing interest. It means the well-being of the child is raised. If the well-being of the child is raising, then I can see success also raising. If I can see success, I can see involvement, engagement, attitudes, motivation, and definitely at last achievement. So this whole vicious circle is somewhere interconnected with all the in and out attributes. Inside attributes and outside attributes, they are actually going hand in hand. If we are doing one thing, definitely the child is going to the next step of the ladder and ultimately towards that main goal, that is achievement. So yes, it is a complete journey, teachers. We should not say that we have to miss small points because small points somewhere raise to the bigger one. So always start from A, then you think about Z. If you are thinking about learning, you should think about clarity. If you are thinking about clarity, you should think about credibility. If you are not thinking about stroke and confirmation, then the child will not show motivation. So yes, each and every small attribute pays a lot. So similarly, here I feel that teachers should take care of these very small points and definitely you will see the success and achievement of the child. Either it is in primary grades or in higher grades, children are children till grade 12. So I believe it is for everyone. That is why they are in school. Age milestone, yes, it matters a lot for learning, but yes, they are children. We have to treat them as children only, and we should take care of all these attributes right from the early years till higher grades. Next slide, please. Now I want to talk about the characteristics of good teacher-student relationship. There are a number of characteristics, only few I have taken, the prime most one. And the very first one is the equality. Yes, of course, I am a teacher and I need to take care of this thing that yes, everyone is equal in my classroom. So the equality is the prime most thing which I should look in the classroom and which is actually building the trust of each and every student in my class towards the teacher. So here again, if I am giving equality, I am building trust. If I am building trust, then I am having friendly working relationship in the classroom. If I am having friendly working relationship, definitely that mutual respect for the teacher is coming by heart. And when the respect is coming, definitely concerns will be there. Concerns will be taken at the particular time I'll take the call for the concern. So yes, it is again between the student and teacher. So here, if my student are respecting me, it means I'm taking care from the very first point, that is equality. So yes, teachers, equality, trust, friendly behavior, but there should be a thin line of respect too, and keeping in concerns all the things in mind, and then partnership and mutual dialogue. Here, mutual dialogue, I want to put some light on, because here, when we are conversing with the children, either they are in small grade or they are in higher grade, we need to check our language again, because sometimes children won't understand up to which extent the teacher want us to communicate, up to which extent the teacher want the reply from us. So yes, mutual dialogue should be in a manner that the children should understand and should not cross that thin line of respect in this very interesting relationship of student and teacher. Next slide, please. Now, I really want to talk about this model too, that is ethics of care. I am a teacher, I am in the classroom, I am dealing with the children, they are young minds. So, here again, if I am having a good relationship with the children, taking all the previous points given in the previous slides, then definitely these will be the benefits. So the very first will be make student feel happy. Yes, if the children are coming in my classroom, they should feel happy. They should feel confident. They should feel that something new will happen today. And it will definitely lead to effective learning. So make children feel happy. You know, you are in a profession where you are dealing with young brains and you are giving shape to them. So yes, make the children feel happy. They should enjoy your company. They should feel happy that yes, she is my teacher and I really want to spend time with. Enhances student motivation. So facilitate self-directed learning. Learn skills and communication. Enable students to build up harmonious relationship. Make students attend the lectures regularly, because yes, when attendance was complete when I was taking care of each and every attribute given in the student centric model. So yes, taking care of the student centric model is important for all these benefits basically, and improve the student emotional well-being and self-esteem. In this ethic of care, we are dealing with the children, so we need to be very caring also towards children. If we show them care, they will definitely show us respect. So yes, welfare of the children is also prime important attribute which the teacher should follow. Not every time learning works. Care also works. So yes, for success, we need to take care of the children as well. Next slide, please. So here, student success, student engagement, and student motivation, all these attributes are very important for all these things, that is success, engagement, and motivation. Teacher is caring, teacher is praising the child, teacher is showing credibility, teacher is having rapport, teacher is having communication style. Now I want to ask one question, if the teachers are comfortable. What is teacher burnout? Chat box is open for all. What is teacher burnout? Teacher burnout is nothing but sometimes, we all are humans and we face certain problems at home as well. And when we are coming to the classroom, sometimes the reflection of those things come in our mind and we show certain things to the children. That is actually not in our hand. But yes, we should have patience. We should understand that we should not give such reflections to the children who are actually not the part of the scene of that situation. So yes, teachers, although it is a very response towards stimuli action which is not in our hand, but you should take care of the teacher burnout, because it will definitely hinder the success and motivation of the children in the class. Next slide, please. So having a student-teacher companionship can be beneficial for learning success in several ways. The very first way is collaboration. As I told you, collaboration is very important. We should collaborate in the classroom. We should work together. You should give team spirit to the children. They should do projects in team, and they should do activities with their parents also and with their peers also in a group, so that they should understand the meaning of collaboration, and they should know that we have to work together, and that togetherness will be the part of their success. Next slide, please. Support. Yes, we teachers are actually supporting the children. So we should not always feel that exceeding children are the good one. Approaching and meeting children also need our support. So as a teacher, I should improve those children as well. Exceeding are already exceeding. We just have to give them little support. But for approaching and meeting, they need more support. So in that case, I as a teacher should understand that I need to give support to my each and every child in the classroom, because yes, equality is the primemost thing which I am putting focus on for the success of the children. Next slide, please. Mentorship. Yes, I am the mentor in the classroom. Other subject teachers also come in the classroom, but yes, the very important role is played by the class teacher. So yes, class teacher is the mentor. Class teacher knows about each and every personal matter of the children as well. So here, class teacher, if any class teacher is here in this webinar, then they should know and understand the importance of there as well in the life of the child. If the class teacher is sharing each and every positive and negatives with the parents, with the family, as per the student-centric model, in that case, the child will gain something out of that collaboration, and definitely it will increase the motivation of the child. Though although we are taking each and every positive and negatives of the child, but still we are taking a call on time, and somewhere we are actually making the child to grow better and coming out of from those negatives as well. So yes, mentor means nothing, not only to think of the positives. The mentor has to take the call on the negatives as well. So take a call on negative part as well, share with the family, share with parents, take a call, and the student will get the success. Next slide, please. Role model. Yes, I am the role model of the child. The child is actually learning from me. Parents are also the role model of the child, no doubt. But still, I am the one with whom the child is learning in the school. So it is my call that I should be very positive, and I should take models for the children according to their need. And I should understand the genuine learning pattern of the child. If I am a teacher and I do not know the learning pattern of my child, then I am not a teacher. So I need to understand the need of the children in the classroom. I need to understand the way of their learning. Then only I can talk about the success of that particular child. So yes, teachers, take a call on this. Understand your role in the classroom. Understand the need of the child, and you will definitely see the fruitful colors in the children. Next slide, please. Differentiated instruction. I always love to share this with the teachers, that yes, differential learning is a very interesting sort of learning which we should do in the classroom, because we have different kind of learners. Few children, they learn by doing. Few children, they learn by watching. And few children, they learn by hearing. So if I am giving the projects as per their learning style, then they will definitely come up with beautiful shades. So here the point is that differentiated instruction should be the part of the classroom, because it will give beautiful shades in the classroom, and children love to share their way of learning with their peers as well, and it will give a beautiful you will see beautiful fruitful results for the same activity in 3 different manners. So yes, you should use this differentiated instruction in the classroom. Next slide, please. Yes, more and more engagement. So you should not make the children sit idle. You should not make the children isolated in the classroom. We should not say that this child is not interested in the activity, so I should not make that child, come up in that particular activity. In early years, I can understand we should not force the children because they are just growing buds. But yes, in higher grades, we should motivate the children by our words, by our communication, and by any other way of motivating the children that is as per your expertise in your area, in your subject. But yes, engagement is very important. Next slide, please. Now let's have a look at different sessions which will raise the success of the children. Two very interesting sessions I have brought for you, that is BG session and Think, Pair and Share session. Next slide, please. Yes, base group sessions. I don't know how many of here, those who are doing these sessions, but I am sharing from my end. That is the very first beginning session. In early years, we say it circle time. In primary years, we also say it circle time. But for grades, for say suppose elementary classes, we say it base group session. That is the very first session of the day, and which is a very warm up sort of session where we talk with the children. It can be formal, it can be semi formal, right? And positive building relationship session where you are making the children comfortable in the morning only. They are getting good vibes from you, they are absorbing your vibes, and their whole day will be sorted. So base group session can be designed in different manners. You can take any topic of the day, you can do any games or something like that, whatever the method you want to go for it, and you will see the whole day the child is giving you fruitful result. So base group sessions are very interesting sessions, must go for it. Next one. Actually, the morale of base group session is collaboration, because children are actually sitting together, and I have just given them very interesting collaborative activity in that BG session after talking to them. So here somewhere we are building relationship among the children. When we are building relationship, we are building friendship. When we are building friendship, we are building sharing and caring. When we are building sharing and caring, we are definitely motivating them. When we are motivating them, then we are making them to reach their goals in the classroom. So yes, go for such sessions so that they should learn collaboration. Next slide, please. Think, pair and share. You should go for such activities as well. This is a very interesting session where project is given to number of children. The second group is engaged somewhere else. This is the first group who is engaged somewhere else. They have different projects, they have different attributes, and they have to do everything by themselves only in collaboration. You have just given them the topic. So here they are learning n number of things which are important for their success. That is, they are learning collaboration, teamwork, talking, sharing, caring, friendship, and n number of other things too, so that they can work together and give a fruitful result all together as a team. Next slide, please. When I'm talking about the session, I really love to talk about the sitting plan too. So sitting plan is very important when we are doing any kind of a session. I usually change my sitting plan in near about 2 times in my whole day if I am in the classroom. So as per the need of the activity, I change the sitting plan. And as a teacher, if I'm doing the whole day with the same sitting plan, somewhere the student feels stagnant. So yes, I should change the sitting plan. I should change the peer sitting. I should understand the need of the children, the best way they can give the output when they are sitting in a different way in the classroom. Few sitting plans are visible in front of you. You might be doing the same in the classroom or otherwise too. But yes, change the sitting plan for enhancement of student-teacher relationship, because when you are doing such things, you are actually supporting improvement in the classroom. But we are in a same way for the whole 6 hours, then we are actually null and void by the end of the day. So every period should have something new in the classroom. Every period we cannot change the sitting plan, but yes, in your BG sessions, in your activity sessions, make the children sit, come outside, do some outside learning. If you are doing in the classroom only, then also you can change the sitting plan so that they will feel little different from the whole day pattern. Next slide, please. This is one more sitting plan example, which is a very basic one, but the semicircular one is the fruitful one in the BG sessions. I usually prefer this semicircle one where I can see the face of each and every child, and where the child is actually sitting, next to the student. So here they are talking, they are watching each other, they can see the face of each other, they can talk, they can share their idea, and they feel confident. So yes, sitting plan somewhere give you very fruitful result. You must check it out in your classroom as well. Next slide, please. Yes, now the teacher is standing in between. The children are surrounding the teacher. The sitting plan is absolutely changed. It is not the formal one which we do in the classroom. So yes, the teacher can see the face of each and every child. The children can also communicate. They're happy. So actually, happy learning is the complete learning. This is what I want to say. So if the children are happy in your classroom, they are good learning in the classroom, they feel confident in your classroom, then we are giving them 100%. So yes, change the things, change your way of sitting in the classroom and dealing with the children and different communication codes. Give them motivation, make them feel happy, give them care, and they definitely should give you beautiful result. Next slide, please. So here again I can see fruitful attributes in front of you. Get to know your student and things that can set them off as a part of preventative strategy. Learn what their interests are, design activities accordingly. So yes, if we have a strength of 40 children in the classroom, if we have a strength of 30, it won't be possible. I agreed. Here I am talking about the teacher centric model. Teacher is not the one who can fulfill the need of each and every child as per the need of she cannot design the activity for each and every child. But yes, for that I am saying you we should know the learning style. 10 are the same, 10 are of same learning style, other 10s are of same learning style, and rest were of same learning style. So at least you should have a rough idea that what kind of a learning pattern children have in your classroom, so that you can at least design in a way so that you can meet the need of the children in a best possible manner. Make being valued and feeling like they belong a priority. Yes, definitely you should give that care to the children. Converse with the student on the topic they are interested in. Not every time that I want to do this, I am your teacher, I want to tell this. Not every time. There can be one session where you have to invite them. Okay, let's discuss what you want to discuss today. So they definitely feel motivated and more connected to you. If they are connected to you, then your relationship is going on a very good track. Provide reading material and design interesting lessons and involve student subjects of interest. Definitely, you should have to, grab their interest also in your topics. So also take their topics so that they will show you more and more interest. Tailor your rewards for positive behaviors to your student interest. So yes, positive behavior is something which is, which should be grasped by each and every peer group. So yes, if you are giving reward to the one, definitely the next one want to go for that as well. And here you are sorted actually as a teacher. So yes, give rewards to the children so that they will feel more connected to you. Next slide, please. So in conclusion, I would like to say that a student-teacher companionship can greatly contribute to learning success by promoting collaboration, which I told you earlier, providing support. Yes, you should definitely. Offering mentorship. Yes. Role modeling. Yes, I am a role model in the classroom, facilitating differentiated instruction and increasing student engagement. Such companionship can create a positive and effective learning environment that enhances academic growth and achievement of the child. And of course, as teachers, we should love children. If we are loving them, then definitely they will reach the success.
Thank you, Aarti, for that very insightful presentation. Actually, when I'm listening to you, I also have some doubts that I would like you to clarify. I think many others in this will have a lot of questions regarding how to implement this kind of a learning environment that you are talking about. The first point is that Indian education system is generally not considered to be personalized. It follows a what do you call one size fits all approach. That is the general. The things that you said about this personalized learning, all the think, pair, and share, and all those things, how can it be possible in an Indian situation where you have 30 to 40 children in a classroom? And it's very important to understand the learning style of each child, as you mentioned. So this is going to be a continuous process. The learning style has to be understood from the early age, and that should be communicated to the teacher who is going to teach the next grade. So that should be a continuous process. So I think we should have some guidelines for this to actually work out. This is what I feel. What's your view on that?
Yes, you are absolutely right, sir. Learning style is actually from the beginning years only. We see the children how the way they are learning and they are grasping more, and we decide the way, right? So you are absolutely correct on your part. But yes, if teachers are not using the models in higher grade, then they won't be able to know the learning styles in the higher grade too. So my idea here is to understand the models. It is not necessarily that we have to, implement the models in the early years only. We have to take care of the children till grade 12. That is why they are in school, isn't it? So if they are in school, as a teacher, I should know the learning style of the child. If the child has got admission in the school in grade 5 or either in grade 10, after 2 to 3 months, say suppose a class teacher can easily understand the whole understanding level of the child. We have to give child to the children. The child will get comfortable with the teacher. It will take time, definitely. But yes, if I am following the model as a teacher, I should understand the learning style of the child, and I should cooperate with the child in the same possible manner. If the child is doing very good in English, if the child is doing very good in maths, and if the child is not able to do that in science, then I should definitely take the call, because the grasping capability of the child is same. The child is doing good in rest of the two subjects, why not in the third one? Definitely the teacher need to understand that yes, the child is intelligent, but I need to take care of the learning style of the child. So that is what I am conveying to the teachers, that we should not firm on one side only. We should be very much, what you can say, flexible in our learning pattern. We should understand the need of the children, because ultimately our goal is to help the children and reach the goals.
There's one question, ma'am. Throw some light on slow learners who don't compete and not bring the books to the classroom. So that's one question.
Yes. So slow learners, basically, in beginning years only, we easily come to know about the slow learners, right? Here, if I see, slow learners are those who are actually meeting, who are not even approaching, who are just meeting, and who need help. So in that case, I had shared you the very interesting one, that is peer learning. Peer learning, I assure you, it is a case study one, and I had seen children doing very good throughout the year. By the end of the year, they move from personalized learning to all in all session. Personalized learning is nothing but the remedial students. Remedial students are those students who need the personal attention of the teacher, who won't perform in all session, are actually personalized children. So when we give very interesting sitting plan, that is why I shared sitting plan. When I'm making the slow learner sit along with the, the one who is an influential learner. In that case, the influential learner, when is performing, the influential learner will help the slow learner, and they will learn very nicely at their own pace, because they are of the same age group, they are meeting the same age milestone, because here there is a gap, but in between the children there is no gap. They feel no gap, they won't feel shy, and they genuinely share their, sometime when they are not sharing with the teacher, they genuinely share their issues with their friends, and their friends will definitely help, and that is called peer learning, and it is really very fruitful. I assure you, it will give you result in your classroom as well if you implement, though I do the same in my classroom. Really, it works well.
For which classes you are teaching?
I'm up to elementary classes. I'm doing English in primary classes too, and I'm doing early years as well. I'm training the teachers in early years.
Okay. So that's the question, ma'am. How do we create the passion on the subject or a subject in higher class?
Passion for a subject. Am I correct?
Yes.
Passion
Yes,
for
yes.
the subject. Okay. So if I am a subject teacher, say suppose I am English teacher, right? I particularly deals with phonics only, nothing grammar, nothing like that. So I know my forte that I want to go for the phonics. So when I design my lesson plan, I as a teacher, when I design my lesson plan, I take care of different, sort of instructions. One of the instruction I had shared with you, that is differentiated instruction, and I really like that, because when I take four bunches of different activity in the classroom, and when I give those four bunches to the group of 8 students in the classroom, I'm completely sorted, because they are having the instruction in that catalog, they do that particular project work at their end, and four groups in the classroom doing their whole work dedicatedly, because they have different milestones to reach, though the activity is same, but they are doing in a four different manner. And when we get the result in the classroom, it is very interesting. Children also feel interested. Oh my god, this is the way I had done in the classroom, this is the way they have done in the classroom, but that is on a very different grounds. So here the idea is you have to change your teaching style. Basically there are different teaching styles. My favorite one is the differentiated one, because the children never get distracted in this learning style. They just get their work and they just involve themselves completely into the work, and I give them flexibility to do inside or outside the classroom, because every time chalk and board learning won't work.
One more question is how this grammar and syntax, which is quite difficult to teach, how this can be taught to students in an interesting way. There was one question regarding that.
That is particularly for the higher grade children, I believe.
Yeah, it's not mentioned, but
Okay.
yeah.
So for
some
this
activities, how to teach grammar in an interesting way, syntax in language.
yes. So the way we do in the classroom, sometimes few examples I can share with you. The very first one is the base group session. In base group session, you can discuss with the children different grammar topics. First of all, the teacher has given few different grammar topics to the children, just introduction, name, only names. Then in the next session, I will design few stories. On the basis of storytelling, I will introduce each and every topic. Say suppose noun is a very beginning topic, very interesting and very common topic of grammar. I have taken noun, and on the topic noun, I have created one story. When we do storytelling in the classroom, children grasp it well and they narrate in one go. When we talk about, noun on the board, like say, so children won't be able to connect in a very best possible manner. But when we are doing with story, when we are doing with puzzles, when we are doing with hint development, say suppose I have written, few attributes in the chits, I can, share such kind of activities if might be I was having pictures or something like that. So it is like that when you design different kind of activities for the same lesson plan in a hands-on manner, because experiential learning is connecting the children in the best possible way. If they are having something in their hand, if they are using their fine motor to understand any particular topic, they will show you more and more interest rather than watching on the screen or watching on the board, because visual learner connect on the board, but rest learners won't connect in a best possible manner. So yes, when you are doing something outside your classroom, when you are doing storytelling, puzzles in the in outside, or when you are doing it by gamification. Once I had done grammar noun topic with the help of snakes and ladders in the classroom. On snakes and ladders, I put different attributes. So one attribute was Jaipur, one attribute was top, one attribute was like say one animal name. So like say, so when the children are playing that game, every time they have to tell that this is thing, this is animal, this is place, and this is the rest of the things. So in noun, you can introduce the same way. You can go for adjectives, you can go for conjunctions. So gamification is again the best possible way in which you can make your students engage in your subject.
Okay. Thank you, Aarti, for that response. I think there are no other questions. Is there any other question? I don't think anything has come on the chat. So you had touched upon another aspect about the parent involvement. The teacher should communicate the negatives as well as the positives in the child to the parent. But generally, when parents consider that it's the duty of the teacher to ensure that the child learns, so they send the child to school because the school has to take care of. So how does it really happen now, or are there any suggestions to improve the teacher-parent relationship in our
I agree with
education?
you, sir. I absolutely agree with you. And they say the same thing that yes, students are there in the school and the teacher is the one who is responsible. But yes, when we are beginning the session in the classroom, for the very beginning 3 months, we are understanding the child. As a teacher, I take time to understand my child. I learn the style of the child. In the very beginning 3 months, I completely understand each and every child in my classroom. I take time, but in the very first PTM, I won't share any negative with the parent. I just share the overall feedback with the parent. But on the next PTM, say suppose after 3 months or in the mid of the year, I will give the complete fair true feedback with the parent. Here the parent who is actually understanding, who is actually looking for the well-being of the child, will definitely accept that feedback, because that feedback is not particularly for the teacher to make the parent convey, to look actually to look forward for the collaboration of the parent too. If I am not going for the collaboration with the parent, and if I am just trying from my end and the child is nothing doing at home, then it won't be fruitful, because it is actually the the whole bond will be between the teacher and the parent and the student. It's a vicious circle basically. So yes, sharing the true feedback in the best possible way, keeping the communication in a very particular manner is very important. So yes, it is the play of my tongue, how I can share the feedback with the parent.
So a lot of feedback has already come that it's a wonderful session, ma'am. So we are actually thankful to you for creating so much interest. Actually, it aligns with some of the objectives of the Pallikudam pedagogy that we have developed. it closely has connect with the progressive way that we are trying to adopt in schools. We are suggesting for schools. So we are really thankful that we got you today for this session. But I would also clarify that education is a very complex process, and it's not very easy to find solutions. But you have given so many innovative insights today. And yesterday, one parent was actually my niece, who said that she wants her son to choose a good career, and he was intending to go for civil service, and he was planning to study for humanities, but she wants him to study for computer science. So all these kind of complex things happen in the education world. The aptitude of the child and the goal of the child should align with that of what we are trying to implement in the classroom and what parents also want them to be. So it's a very, very complicated process. And maybe the insights that you have provided will help the child, the parent, also the teacher to come up with the best possible solution for the child, for his future. So we are really thankful to Aarti for this very insightful session.